flashbacks when I heard that question because I can't imagine anyone trying to downplay that masterful performance that Danny Garcia displayed. And he took some licks. It's not like it was a one-sided fight. Not like Matthyse showed up and he wasn't energized. He was pressing to win that fight, especially after his eye got closed. Floyd did his thing. It was a shutout with Floyd fight, and that's why I said that Matthyse and Garcia's fight was more of the talk of this fight. You know what I mean? The co-main event lived up to far as a competitive fight. Matthyse was in a fight, he won a lot of rounds. And things changed around, and Danny Garcia had a game plan and wasn't just slugging and banging it out. He came with more than just one loaded gun.
You grabbed him before the fight started. What'd you say to him?
Before the fight started? Be smart. Right in the ring. I said, be smart, fight your fight. I said that take his best weapon and use it against him. You know he can punch. Use it and take it away from him, and let's see what he got after that. And we've seen that. We seen what he had was really nothing, but he never gave up. That's the champion, Matthyse. He never gave up. I whispered to Danny, and I kept reminding him, this is your night, this is your chance. Take his best weapon and use it against him. And let's see now if he got one that you don't know about. And that's when really a fight, all hell break out after that. But it didn't because he didn't have game B. Matthyse didn't have plan B.
Hopkins, I
think it's very valuable because Garcia made a statement that he's not planning on being at that weight division. Maybe he'd do one more, but I think that, if the deal is right and it's the fight and the big fight, and he wants to be in the big fight, Danny Garcia's Angel never turned down a fight. This fight was being negotiated a little longer. Richard pulled it off and he made it happen. And most media was saying that it was Danny's demise. Again, nothing personal towards Danny. I would think that if I didn't know Danny and wasn't Bernard Hopkins and say, wow, this is a big puncher. It's always a risk when you're fighting punches. But when you're fighting a quality and really a young veteran like Danny Garcia, you can't count him out no matter who he's fighting in that weight class. I don't care if they can punch and do everything else. Just look for Danny to be elevated, to be better than the last fight. And it's scary because Bernard, he was tremendous. He took this guy best shots and he neutralized this guy to the point where, he won the last 4 rounds, not easily, but he won them.
Bernard Hopkins, we are in Argentina TV.
When you got here Thursday, what do you think of his mindset?
His mindset was calm. Angels was different.
Yeah.
And that's Danny. And it's hard to read. I'm not going to mention names, but there's some good media people that I know. So look, it's kind of hard. Danny's a smooth guy. Yes, they call him swift, but swift and smooth ain't too far apart. And he has that demeanor. You never seen him get excited. You never seen him, get riled up because they was rooting against him, or at least people saying, hey, he hit hard. Danny didn't get sucked into people's opinion, even though it was legit, of Matthyse hitting hard. Verbally, he stayed, and emotionally, he stayed motionless. So they couldn't read. Is he worried? Is he up? Is he down? He let Angel give y'all the energy, and then he comes in, and I hate to say this word, executing. The game plan was, they want to find something wrong in the game plan because that's how the Angel is. But I say pitch a shutout. And in baseball, pitching a no-hitter is not easy.
How would a perfect, you said that Danny Garcia did a perfect fight today. How would he do against a fighter that can't be touched like Floyd Mayweather?
You got to be able to touch him to change that.
You think Danny Garcia has the ability to
styles make fights. The difference between Danny Garcia fighting Floyd Mayweather, if it's possible, than anybody else that Floyd Mayweather fight other than Shane Mosley, who did have work, is to be around the African-American soul and the spirit. They understand when a guy do this and a guy do that, and you're not square up. Certain cultures got certain ways of approaching situations. And when you get a guy that understands the chess game of why a guy use offense to make defense because he's waiting to counter. And so Danny did something tonight, if you watch the tape when you get home. A couple of times he was on the ropes and got trapped and he used the shoulder and he rolled. And then one time he did it, he threw 2 or 3 punches at Matthyse. He was surprised because that's not Danny. Danny squares up and run with you back. And there's a big brawl and then the crowd is going screaming, but he took out damage. He took damage from that. That was one of the changes in his fight. Danny Garcia will be in the gym of Philadelphia, North Philly. And he'll be around guys like me and myself and younger guys that can emulate and imitate the Floyd style. He can do it because he did it today and he showed peaks when he needed to do it. But that's how that be set up with that, because the first thing that would be done is, yo, you know what this mean? This mean come for me. Floyd says something that we all know from this culture. Tighten up and walk tall. That means this is protected, the nervous system. The helmet, you can break your hand and hit that. So I'm coming in and I'm walking to you. You heard what he said, right? Now while you firing 4 shots off, they're not effective shots. You spent the little gas money, and then I'm chopping you in the middle of that. A couple of rounds of that, you realize ain't nothing really done to you until your nose start bleeding, until your eyes start popping up over here. And then your ears start getting a little bigger because you've been whacked across the ear with a right hook or a left hook. That's the style. And everybody can't figure it out because it's simple. You get in a fencing position, lay back here, and you walk to a guy. And he's petrified, especially if you're touching him here, and you're stabbing him here, and you're stabbing him there. But you need ability to do that. Every fighter can't do that. I had never seen no Mexican fighter come close to doing it. And they won't. Not in Florida ever. And it's not a statement of race, it's a statement of culture. Certain things I can do better than you, certain things you can do better than me. Whatever that is.
Bernard, a lot of times in your fights, you mentally.
Yes.
Where did you watch that? Where were they?
What do you mean?
You said you watched it with the Garcia Floyd fight.
No, I watched ringside with Richard Schaefer.
Did you walk out of the ring with them backstage?
Yes.
What were they like then?
Garcia?
Yeah.
We got him.
Okay.
They didn't give us a shot. And that was Angel. Angel was doing most of the talking. And there was some foul language in there, of course. It wouldn't be Angel.
Yeah.
Even though he's called Angel.
Yeah.
We got him. This guy's supposed to be a fucking killer. And we made him look like he wasn't. That's Angel.
Yeah.
And you know, one thing, man, look, I should know, but you never know what tomorrow headline's going to say, or even as they go out as we talk. Social media, don't wait till tomorrow. You don't have to wait till the printing plates get done and ink start rolling and all that. I hope, not begging, not pleading, that tonight, Philadelphia fans, black, white, Chinese, no matter what, that maybe didn't know Danny Smith Garcia as much as they knew Bernard Hopkins. But I passed the torch, and I'm not embarrassed now, even before this fight, but I'm definitely not embarrassed that I passed it to Danny Garcia when he fought his last or the fight before last, when I said it openly, even though I'm still fighting, but this is the guy that my guys, my people, my culture, the hood, should follow. Danny Garcia right now is a stamp of approval. He's not a flash-by-night guy. He proved he went in there with a guy that nobody wants to fight. He got the deal done, and he won the fight. And he won it impressively. And there's no controversy in it. And Matthyse acknowledged that. Danny Garcia is the face to Philadelphia, but he's the face of that division. And if anybody a threat to Floyd Mayweather, you might not think this is a corny thing, but it would be a game plan by a lot of us to make sure that he would have the greatest and the best chance to win.